His elbows have mysteriously gone missing.
Recent clip from Pierre Poilievre. We're going to react to it here. There's some good in here, some bad. Let's take a look.
I was happy to hear that he got the president on the phone. I know that Mr. Carney has been trying to do that now for about a month, and today the president accepted his call. And the Prime Minister took the opportunity to make a series of very generous concessions to President Trump. And I was expecting...
I love that version of Poilievre when he's being sarcastic. It's good. He's good at this. Anyway, I'd say that so far we're in the good category.
Expecting that when the call was reported that we'd find that President Trump had given us something in return. That Mr. Carney, being the negotiator he promised he would be, that he would get something after giving something. But not so. Today we learn that...
Yeah, like I said, I love that kind of version of Poilievre speaking there. My one criticism of this is going to be that during the election campaign, this all seemed to go away. He became very concerned, in my opinion, with kind of pandering to like what maybe his advisors called the moderate voter or something. Like he lost his edge. So I hope moving forward, if he does remain the conservative leader into the next election, that he keeps that up.
It has been yet another capitulation and climb down by Mark Carney. His elbows have mysteriously gone missing. This continues with the weakness that he's shown on the world stage, continuing ahead with a $1 billion loan to the dictatorship in Beijing to build ships for Canada, creating jobs for foreign workers in steel and shipbuilding. While
I'm not familiar with this story, but again, this is the right message to be sending. At some point, Canada has to be Canada first. It's getting pathetic.
That same regime hits our farmers and fish harvesters with increasingly high and unfair tariffs. Mr. Carney's capitulations would be...
Look, I'm really starting to sour on Carney. I never thought he was great, but I was willing to give him a chance. Another thing, Carney seems so obsessed with Europe. I know basically the reason I didn't like him is because I thought ideologically he was a globalist. That's proving to be true. He's so obsessed, in my opinion, of aligning himself and going to Europe and aligning the country with Europe.
In fact, American tariffs are twice as high on Canada today as they were when Prime Minister Carney took office, promising to deploy his negotiating skills to get us a win. He promised he would have elbows up. He promised he could, quote, handle Trump, and that he would, quote, negotiate a win. Those are his promises, and he needs to be judged.
So Pierre is laying that all out right there brilliantly. I firmly believe if he would have stuck to things like this in the campaign, he would have won. Even though Trump was trolling Canada, even though Carney replaced Trudeau, this version of Poilievre would have won. I for sure believe that.
By his word. And this was not any promise, just any old promise on page 73 of his platform. It was the promise on which he ran his entire election campaign.
True.
And now he's abandoning it. So either he admits that he was wrong all along, or that he knowingly spread falsehoods to get elected.
That is such a good point from Poilievre. That is brilliant.
Needs to explain which of those two things it is.
He does. I'm going to play that one more time. I think Poilievre should keep repeating that over and over because it's so true.
73 of his platform. It was the promise on which he ran his entire election campaign. And now he's abandoning it. So either he admits...
Again, it's so true. It's just Poilievre needed to... Man, when Mark Carney was doing all that, Poilievre and the Conservatives, they just let him. They just let that happen. They failed to create their own narrative. As good of a point as Poilievre is making right now, I'm going to have to put a little bit of a negative factor on this, that it's too late now. The next election, we'll see, but at least the next one on schedule, over almost 4 years from now. So this is a great point. It's just, geez.
That he was wrong all along, or that he knowingly spread falsehoods to get elected. He needs to explain which of those two things it is.
Great point. What do you think, watching this? Which of those two things do you think is the case? Do you think Carney actually thought he could like put his elbows up and negotiate with Trump somehow and get like a way more favorable deal for Canada? Or do you think Carney was just like, I'm just, like he says, Pierre here, knowingly spreading falsehoods? Which of those two things do you think it was? Let me know in the comments. But with that said, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Have a great day.